Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another episode of Alt Archives, where I talk about the history of some of your favorite clothing brands, what they're up to now, and their ethics. And today's video is on the brand Punk Rave, which was probably one of the more confusing ones I've had to research. So let's find out why that is. Punk Rave was started in 2006 by a woman named Jun Yi Kim, but their English name is Joey. A little background on Joey. She started a clothing business in China in the 90s, and then she moved from Beijing in 2004. That is when she restarted her clothing business and started Punk Rave in 2006. They are based in Guangzhou, Guangdong, China. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Joey goes on to say in the Punk Rave About page that in the 90s she really had no idea what punk really was, and just offered black clothing as a baseline in her clothing business. It wasn't until 2002 that a close sister of hers, who was really into punk fashion at the time, really wanted a clothing store in China. And because of that, onto current day, Punk Rave sells all over the world with multiple branch offs and websites, which we will talk about in a second. She even started another business in 2010 called Pyeon Pyeon, which was strictly a gothic Lolita clothing brand because she wanted to separate her girly Lolita stuff from her punk alternative stuff. They also have a wholesale business that I assume is like the umbrella of Punk Rave and the other store, called Guangzhou Ruier Clothing Company, which I found on this madeinchina.com website. And in the description it gives the same rundown as Punk Rave, but also that the business was established in 2008 and they claim to have their own garment factory, which is interesting because I thought Punk Rave started out as wholesale, but knowing that they didn't even start a wholesale company until 2 years after Punk Rave became a thing, interesting. Now here's where all the websites get weird. When trying to find the real website for Punk Rave, I got a little lost and ended up on a small rabbit hole. Just a teeny one. They have a lot of different websites and it's incredibly hard to figure out if any of these are other franchisers or distributors. Like we literally have punkrave.org, punk/rave.com, punkravestore.com, and punkrave.ch. There's even more than that. According to the Punk Rave Instagram, the link in their bio is punkravestore.com. I also had another Punk Rave Instagram, and their link in their bio was punkrave.shop. But when you click on the link, it just takes you to the Phantasmagoria website, which is just a retailer that happens to sell Punk Rave. I don't know. And then I also found an Australian website for Punk Rave that claims they are an Australian-owned business that in bold letters is not a franchise of Punk Rave, but you're literally called Punk Rave Australia? Am I missing something here? I'm confused. For my own sanity, and hopefully yours, I will only be talking about and pulling info from the sites punkravestore.com and punkrave.ch. Punkravestore.com was the first link to pop up when you search Punk Rave, and is a website located in their social media bios. I'm also looking at punkrave.ch because honestly I think that is the website I used to frequent when I was like a teenager, but for full transparency they do state on the website that they are a official distributor website. So anywho, let's talk clothing because that's why we're all here, right? They have men and women's clothing. In the about section they say they take a lot of influence from punk and gothic style, but also Japanese style like gothic Lolita and Visual Kei. Their clothes are expensive. If you guys have seen any of my other alt archive videos, you'll know my baseline for if something is expensive or not is similar to Killstar pricing, which ranges from $40 to $60 on simple clothing pieces like tops and dresses. While a lot of Punk Rave prices range at about that, they also have a lot more intricate pieces that sell for a lot more. My goal is to find the same article of clothing on both the punkravestore.com website and the punkrave.ch website, but holy hell is the punkravestore.com website so insanely difficult to navigate. Punkrave.ch is normal. It's just men, women, and accessories. And when you click each individual section, it gives you a drop down of tops, dresses, pants, etc. Punkravestore.com makes it feel like a labyrinth. Their sections are types like gothic and punk, and then men's, women's accessories, which is fine. But when you click into women's, it gives you the same types like the other sections. So when you click women's, it's just women's gothic clothing or women's punk clothing. And then when you click either or, you get the drop down of tops, dresses, pants, etc. Which is just so stupidly tedious. Like, what if I want to look at every single top you have regardless of the style? Anyway, I did manage to find the same exact clothing piece on both websites. Can you guess which one reads more like a Temu listing? Surely not the main website that's advertised everywhere, right? Nope. Women disc flowers worsted long gothic coat with hooded. alright. And then the CH website is just unmelted snow coat. See, that's a normal way to do a listing. One is $204 on sale for $143, and the other is $206. Why are they different prices? Like, sales aside, it's only like a $3 difference, but why is there a $3 difference? Am I nitpicking? Don't answer that. I'm always nitpicking. They range from extra small to 4X, but some listings don't even have all of the sizing. And I don't mean that they just don't have like a plus size option or something. I mean like they just don't exist. And this is on both websites. So this is a normal listing. You have extra small to 4 extra large, and some of the sizes are crossed out and grayed out because they're out of stock. Perfectly normal. Then there's listings like this where it's just 2 or 3 sizes. Like 2 extra large, large, and small. What? Like, hello? And these are products you would have all of the sizes for. It's not some oversized cardigan that one size fits most type bullshit. But enough of my rambling about the websites, let's see what customers have to say. There are ratings on a slim number of products on the actual websites, but they're all pretty positive and pretty basic. Most people that like Punk Rave say that the quality of clothing is great and the customer service is good. It has a 4.6 on Trustpilot, but this is solely for the punkrave.ch website. People on Reddit either really like this brand or really hate it. The biggest reason a lot of people seem to have issues with Punk Rave is the sizing, which unfortunately makes a lot of sense because they are an Asian founded company and their clothing does tend to run a bit smaller. What would be a medium for me in like a US brand would probably be an extra large in Asian sizing like Punk Rave. But it seems like a lot of people like to buy Punk Rave secondhand, finding it at thrift stores or places like Poshmark and Depop, if I could be so lucky. Which does make sense when the brand has almost been around for 20 years. The last thing I will say about this brand, and forgive me if it seems out of place, but I literally could not find anywhere to put this in my script, but they do have a AliExpress store, and if you're not familiar with what AliExpress is, it's a giant wholesaler that has anything you can think of pretty much. AliExpress walked, so wish Temu and Shein could run, okay? The Punk Rave business on there has over 40,000 followers, and I could not tell you if it was real, another distributor, or just a fake pretending to be them. I will say the clothes are not cheaper in the slightest. They are very much around the same price, so that's a little confusing. Also, that in the description it says Punk Rave was founded in 2006 by a man named Mr. Chen. Do with that information what you will. And that is everything I found on Punk Rave. As always, let me know down below. Are you familiar with this brand? Is this your first time hearing about it? Have you shopped there before? Or have you only ever bought like secondhand clothing? I would love to know. But yeah, this one was definitely a doozy. There was so many websites. It was not the easiest thing to navigate. And I really couldn't tell you if any of the clothing is actually worth it. I have never bought from them personally, so I can't say one way or the other. If you guys like this sort of video, I have a whole playlist on my channel called Alt Archives, where you can see even more of this type of content. I've covered Killstar, Demonia, Blackcraft Gold, even Hot Topic. But yeah, if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and to the subscribe button. I post new videos out every week, so don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload from me. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!